Mr. President, let me begin by offering my sincere condolences for the lives lost in the terrible floods which have struck your country and your region. My thoughts are with the families and communities affected. NATO has received your request for helicopters and boats. Many allies and partners are responding to this crisis. They are sending helicopters, emergency response teams, boats, drinking water, food, shelter, and funds. We are in close contact with the European Union to see where we can support relief and aid efforts further. And let me assure you that we stand ready to help in any way we can if requested. Mr. Izetbegovic, let me assure you, the whole Euro-Atlantic family stands beside you in this difficult time. NATO is committed to the future of the Western Balkans. Your security, your stability, and your future matter to us. Bosnia and Herzegovina is already a valued partner. You're helping us to make a difference in Afghanistan, supporting the Afghan forces as they take responsibility for their own country. And one of the reasons for my long-planned visit is to thank you for your contribution. This year, we celebrate significant anniversaries in the accession of new members to NATO, including Slovenia, Albania, and Croatia. They are stronger in NATO, and NATO is stronger with them. NATO's open door policy is a great success. Together with the enlargement of the European Union, we have spread security and prosperity and moved closer to the goal of a Europe whole, free, and at peace. We count on you to show the unity, leadership, and political courage needed to move forward in your commitment to Euro-Atlantic aspirations. The same qualities that are needed today in dealing with the terrible natural disaster. And rest assured that you can continue to count on NATO's support. Thank you.
Ivana Despotović, Anadolu News Agency. I have a question for Mr. Rasmussen. You said NATO will help Bosnia and Herzegovina in these difficult times in any way that you can. What can you do to help Bosnia, Croatia, and Serbia regarding the problems with mines that are floating in the rivers now and that can go even to the Black Sea?
You're speaking about the natural disaster?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
The problem with landmines that are floating in the rivers now.
Yeah. The landmine problem is indeed a matter of grave concern. And I think we have to address that determinedly in an effective manner. I know that a number of allies have expertise in that respect. In NATO, we have a coordination mechanism to make sure that any such assistance can be coordinated in an efficient manner. So if we receive any request for assistance to deal with the very serious landmine problem, we stand ready to help.
Željka Domazet, glas Srpske i za jednog i za drugog predstavnika institucija, je pitanje kako komentarišete činjenicu da u Bosni i Hercegovini tako dugo nije riješeno pitanje vojne imovine, nije riješeno pitanje, i dalje je problem uništavanja velikih količina neeksplodiranih sredstava i sad ovo pomjeranje mina. Na kraju ispada da je Bosna i Hercegovina i evo već toliko godina nakon rata jedno veliko minsko polje i tempirana mina. Pa komentar na to.
I have to be very frank and open with you and express disappointment that we haven't seen a solution to the defense property issue. The fact is that I visited Bosnia and Herzegovina in February last year, and I met with a number of leaders of political parties, and they also promised to find a solution to this issue. But so far, we haven't seen a final solution. First and foremost, I think that's disappointing for the people of Bosnia and Herzegovina, because this defense property issue, it's not just a defense issue, it's not just a technical defense property issue. It is about the ability of Bosnia and Herzegovina to function as one state entity. So the lack of agreement on this defense property issue reflects a much more serious problem in this country, namely the lack of will and ability to work together. And the people of Bosnia and Herzegovina deserves political leadership to move this country forward. So you have to overcome the divisions of the past, look to the future, cooperate. Now, we are where we are, and I know that the presidency actually shares my view, and I will meet political leaders later this afternoon, and I will make this case. I know that before elections it may be difficult, but I really hope that elections will produce an outcome that will allow politicians to work together in a constructive manner to the benefit of the people of Bosnia and Herzegovina.
Croatian Wire Service, Mr. Secretary General, my question is not related to Bosnian crisis, but to one in Ukraine, if I may. With regard to alleged pulling out of Russian troops from the border between Ukraine and Russia, what is NATO's comment on this? Can you confirm that you have actually witnessed to withdrawal of the troops from the border, and what is your current assessment on the crisis in that part of Europe right now? Thanks.
First of all, I am very much concerned about the situation in Ukraine, and in particular, of course, in the eastern Ukraine. I hope that the presidential elections that will take place on Sunday will produce a result that will create more political stability in Ukraine, because the only way forward in Ukraine is to find a political and diplomatic solution. And I urge all parties involved to engage in a constructive dialogue to find a political solution. The next part of your question about the Russian withdrawal of troops. Now we have heard the third announcement from President Putin of a withdrawal of Russian troops. And I wake up every morning hoping to see a real and meaningful withdrawal of Russian troops. But I have to tell you that so far we haven't seen any visible evidence of a withdrawal of Russian troops. So that is the state of affairs as of today, that we haven't seen such evidence. Let me add to that we follow the situation closely, and I would be the very first to publicly welcome any sign of a meaningful and real and verifiable withdrawal of Russian troops, because a withdrawal of Russian troops from the Ukrainian borders would be an important contribution to de-escalate the situation in Ukraine, and that's what we need.